Today's video is why I hate society. Yeah, I'm dressed up. So what? I can dress up, I can wear casual, I can wear whatever the fuck I feel like because I'm me. And that's who I am. That's who I'm always gonna be, is me. Today's video's topic is why I hate society. And I'm gonna delve into all the reasons of why I hate society, why I hate people who represent society. And for the most part, I don't hate people necessarily, but I do hate people's fucking bullshit ass mental patterns and what they do and what they believe and all that other dumb shit that they fucking basically subscribe to. I'm gonna start this topic by my religious and my spiritual purpose and what that means. And what that means to me, and maybe to you, maybe it applies to you, I don't fucking know, I don't fucking care. But again, if you can't handle videos with vulgar language and sexual bullshit and whatever else, then get the fuck off my channel. But today I'm going to talk about my spiritual and religious purposes and what I mean by that. And what I mean by that is a lot of people in life, they pray to Jesus or Muhammad or whoever, or Buddha, whatever the fuck you subscribe to, Hinduism and whatever the hell. I grew up in a very, very religious background. Very religious, especially from my grandfather. I love my grandfather. But at times his Christianity would get on my fucking nerves. And it still does. But I'm going to explain what I mean. Religion, I personally am not religious in the sense of I follow the Christian book or I follow whatever book, the Book of Enoch, Jehovah's Witness, whatever the hell. I don't subscribe to any of those religions because honestly, they're all programming to keep the population enslaved on some level. On some level, that's what their main purpose was from back in the day to now. And it's still used mainly to enslave people. And I'll go into detail why it enslaves people. Well, the main reason is because Jesus is dead. He ain't around no more. And if he did exist, he wouldn't be preaching the religion bullshit and the religious bullshit that you all fucking want to hold high and mighty now. Jesus was a mystic. He was a man of philosophy. He was a man of principle. And a lot of people subscribe to that dumb horseshit because they have no personality and they have nothing to turn to other than the fact that there's a man that existed that died for their sins, apparently. And why I don't subscribe to that is because it's stories. It's storytelling. That's what it was. That's what it is. It was written by a bunch of motherfucking guys who sat around and came up with a bunch of fucking stories to push on the general population, to control them, to manipulate them, to tell them that they can't think for themselves or they can't love another person without this religion being part of their fucking personality. And I'll tell you why that's a problem. Why it's a main fucking problem is because most of these fucking religions want you to just subscribe and don't question it. Don't ask questions. And I'm a person who loves question shit. I love questioning shit. And if you don't question it, you don't question anything, you're not going to move forward and progress in life at all. If you can't question, and if you can't ask the why of anything, of anybody, that's a dictatorship. What is the definition of a dictatorship? What is it? I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure you all know, but I'll give you the exact definition. I'll give you the exact definition of what a dictatorship is. Government by a dictator, apostle of absolute rule, and democratic rule, despotism, autocracy, tyranny, totalitarianism, absolutism, suppression, domination, subjugation, fascism, repression, authoritarianism. These are all synonyms. And if you don't know what a synonym is, look the fuck it up, because I'm not going to look it up for you, but I'll describe it. It's basically just a word describing other words. Basically, that's what the definition of a synonym is. But we all know what dictatorship is. I don't need to go into full... I fucking felt like it, but most times than not, I love looking up definitions of words because I love words and I love language. I'll get to that in the next topic. But the reason being why I don't like religion, why I don't like following Jesus and all that dumb shit is because of that. Because most people in life are pushing their religious nonsense onto everybody else. They don't know how to think for themselves. They don't know how to be religious in their own fucking free will. So they push this shit on you. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. But most people in life, they feel like they need some religious bullshit to teach them shit. For whatever reason. So that's my religious take on things. My spiritual take, on the other hand, I'm very spiritual. I believe that there is a cosmic God. I believe that God does exist. But I don't believe that he exists in the form that we think he exists in. I don't believe that he's just a human form. I believe that he might look galactical. He might be cosmic. He might be... She even might be something totally different than what we fucking believe. It might be aliens. Super, super intelligent aliens at that. But I do believe that we were created. I do believe we were created in the image that God wanted us to be. So I do believe in God. I just don't believe in religion. There's a difference. There's a huge fucking in-between difference between religion and God. So yes, I am real spiritual, but I'm not religious. And my next fucking topic of discussion tonight is language. And you grammar Nazi trolls. All you fucking grammar Nazi trolls think you're so fucking intelligent. Think you're so smart because you fucking understand the definition of a fucking word. You understand the definition of a fucking word. Fuck out of my face. First of all, language itself is very, very, very primitive. And it goes all the way back to when we were in tribes, when we were in, little societies. And we were just coming up with all this bullshit. And what I say about language, and language is very interesting to me. I love language. I love studying it. I love understanding it. And I love understanding definitions of the language that I'm looking into. And the reason why is because language itself, let's say, for example, I wanted to draw up some symbols. And I got some symbols here. This is called the letter language. Or whatever languages. I'll give a moment for you to look. These are all the symbols that I've drawn that represent the letters in the alphabet. And the letters are basically what makes any language, and the symbols, the pronunciation of the letter. Let's start with that. Pronunciation of the letter. If I draw a symbol, right? Let's say it's some circle within a circle with a line. And then I put my character, or I pronounce it as, let's say, something, like that symbol that I just described means luck. I combine that with so and I continue going with it, right? That right there is language. That was the start of language anyways. At least from my personal belief in what they did back then for the English language and all the other languages that we fucking basically learn That's how languages start. That's why language is so interesting to me. So all the languages that we all fucking subscribe to are bullshit. All bullshit. Every word that you fucking define yourself as and all this other stupid shit, it's all based on the fact that it translates into symbols and translations. Symbols and word noises. Symbols and noises, really. So that's what's fascinating about language. Is it can always be transformed. It can always change. It can always evolve. It can always be modded and basically, improved on. So language never stays the same. That's why hood talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit. That's why that keeps evolving and changing. That's why, when white people, their superiority over fucking language, or the English language, and the Nazi trolls, the grammar Nazis, they're always talking about, oh, you can't define a word, you can't spell correctly. Bitch, you don't even understand the fucking language, so why the fuck should I even listen to you, bro? Like, you have nothing else. You have no other point of view other than the fact that you understand that a word basically is supposed to mean what it fucking means. Yeah, we all know. But the fact that you don't understand how language was even formed in the first place makes you a fucking naive idiot. So why the fuck are you even trolling people on the fucking internet when you have no valid point of why you're making that fucking statement? You have no valid point. Really, you have none. Yeah, your shit drops right off. Every time someone insults you, you can use this video. Anytime someone insults you or tells you that your grammar is wrong, just tell them, hey, I can develop my own fucking language. I can spell whatever the fuck I want. As long as you know what it means, what the fuck does it matter how the fuck I say shit? What does it matter to you? So that's that topic. And then my next topic. What makes you a nerd versus what makes you intelligent? Now, what makes you a nerd and what makes you intelligent? These are two very different things. And a lot of people in life, they don't know. They think that being a nerd is just being smart. No. A lot of people are nerds and are not smart. A lot of people are fucking retards thinking they're smart. And I'll explain why. A lot of people in life, they think that being called a nerd or being nerdy, as they say, is laughable or is troll worthy or is, defined by them as something to be looked down upon. You're supposed to be this jock or you're supposed to be this magnificent stallion of a man that just just knows zilch nothing but is all into, your sports team and your fucking bullshit Bugattis and your fucking stupid, narcissistic, materialistic bullshit ass values. All that dumb shit that you motherfuckers preach. All you non-nerds, or you jocks, I should say. The jock community. You all are fucking retards. You're just nerds, but you're in a different fucking... You're a nerd in different ways. And this is why nerds versus smart is different. Because a lot of you motherfuckers are just stupid. You just don't want to... And you don't want to admit it. But that goes back to my other point of being smart versus being nerd. And like I said, and nerds do exist. The nerds that play Dungeons and Dragons. The nerds that follow fanatical about fucking Star Wars and all this other stupid shit. You're fanatics, you're nerds at this, but the thing is, yes, you can like sci-fi, you can like Star Wars, you can like all that bullshit. The point is, you're still a nerd because you're a fan of something that George Lucas created. Why don't you create your own fucking television show? Why don't you fucking create your own fucking your own fucking sci-fi movie, your own fucking character, your own fucking characters. It takes characters to make a story. It takes all this knowledge of self to reflect and to create your own movies, to create your own scripts, to create your own intellectual property. And a lot of people lack that, and nerds do too. So I consider, me personally, I consider jocks and nerds to be in the same category as stupid fanatics. They're fanatics of their sports, they're fanatics of their Star Wars, they're fanatics of their whatever. They're fanatics in the fucking realm of their fanatics. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to create anything else. They don't know how to improve or invent or interpret things as different. So that is my main problem with fucking people in society and calling nerds smart. No, nerds are not necessarily smart. They just know a lot of fucking bullshit. They just know how to fucking follow fandoms. They just know how to fucking follow Lord of the Rings and follow the prancing ponies all the way to their own fucking demise until they fucking die. So my point being is be smart. Don't be a fucking nerd. And don't be a fucking jock either. Be your fucking self. So, anyways, a lot of people in life, they think that, being called a nerd is blah blah. Well, honestly, if you're smart and you know how to philosophize, you know how to fucking create, you know how to fucking be imaginative, you know how to fucking do shit in life, you know how to start a business, you know how to sell yourself, you know how to approach people, you know how to communicate yourself, you know how to communicate with people and be able to maneuver through life understanding this knowledge, then I would consider you smart. But if you don't, if you lack these personality traits, if you lack any of this fucking shit, then you're a fucking hopeless little fucking bitch ass faggot to me. Real shit. So, anyways, why being smart is important. That's my next topic. Why being smart is important. Well, like I just told you before, being able to be creative, being able to invent, being able to innovate, being able to substitute a different perspective on life, to have a new perspective on life, to be new at something, to learn something new, to understand concepts and create concepts. That's what makes you smart. That's what makes you formidable. That's what makes you a man. In my point of view, that's what makes you a human fucking being. And creatives, man, the creatives run the world. They really do. The creative people, all the people that you fucking look down on or that you talk shit about, like George Lucas, and fucking James Cameron, creator of Terminator, the guy who created Alien, Ridley Scott, all these people, all these guys that you guys follow, that you fandom, that you fanatic over, all these men have created something that you haven't. They created fucking propaganda for you to indulge in. They created the best stuff for you to fucking fall in love with. And I love their shit too. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy anything. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy people's stuff. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy, other people's work. All I'm saying is think for yourself, be yourself, create for yourself, and you'll come out on top. Trust me. It's a process, it's dedication, it takes time. I'm writing my own movie script, bro. It's not easy. But with AI and all this other shit coming out, it's going to be easier than ever for people like me to create. And the people who don't get left behind, get left in the past, get back, man. They get left in the past. They get blown over with fucking doing a fucking donuts. See ya, bud. Looking through the rear view mirror. See ya, my friend. You're being left behind, bro. You're being left in the past. And a lot of people in the past stay in the past. That's all they know. And why do stupid people remain stupid and broke? Why do they remain stupid and broke? I'll tell you why. Because of that very reason. Because of the very reasons I gave. You don't know how to think. You don't know how to create. You don't know how to invent. You don't know how to innovate. You don't know how to be yourself. You don't know how to be an individual in a world full of followers, full of sheeple. Be a lion amongst sheep. Be a wolf amongst sheep, my friend. And you will return victorious on the other side. And the reason why is because it's all about communication. It's all about sales. It's all about selling yourself. It's all about being yourself. If you wanted to be a salesman, the best option for you to do, the best thing for you to be is to be your own person. Is to be your own self-reflected and self-knowledgeable man or woman or whatever the fuck you are. But be yourself, and people will gravitate to you. People will understand you. People will try to understand where you're coming from a lot better than just being part of the crowd, than just being like everybody else. That's why the people who do shit in the world, who make shit happen, are usually people who are thinking outside the box, bro. and that goes into my next point. And selling yourself, and not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna follow you. Not everybody's gonna respect you. Not everybody's gonna get along with you. That's called rejection, man. And rejection is a painful fucking feeling. But hey, if you can deal with rejection, there's billions of fucking people on this planet. Billions. And you're obsessed and let down because one person rejected you. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here, man. Rejection hurts temporarily, and it only lasts so long. But you can fucking make it if you fucking deal with the rejection. If you fucking swallow that pill and just keep pushing forward and keep fucking grinding and keep fucking making shit happen, you're bound to fucking come out the other side. That's why rejection helps. Because rejection itself, yeah, it may suck, but hey, in the long run, in the long game, in the long term of everything, it's the best thing that can happen to you. Real shit. That's why every man, from Carnegie to Rockefeller, all those motherfuckers, to Edison, all those motherfuckers who accomplished shit, to Nikola Tesla, who fucking accomplished shit, who fucking made shit happen in the world, who fucking brought the light bulb, who fucking invented new ways to use electricity, who fucking created all the fucking bullshit that you fucking love. That's why rejection helps. It may not help in the short term. It may not help when you fucking see it not helping. But hey, not everybody's gonna like you at first, but you sure as hell will make something. You will sure make yourself something on the other side. Trust me on that. Trust me. And the last topic is how to overcome judgment. And the basics of overcoming judgment is the same thing with rejection, man. It's the same process. You just gotta fucking deal with people's judgment. You gotta put yourself out here. You gotta put yourself on the screen. Let people know who you are. Let people know what you represent. Let people know what you fucking hold as valuable and what you don't hold as valuable. What you look at in other people is a reflection of yourself. And that is why I don't give a fuck about your judgment. Because I deal with rejection and judgment all fucking day long from you fucking retards. And I want you to fucking judge me. I want you to fucking say what you want to say about me. I don't give a fuck what you think. So, to end this video, I say all that to say this is the point, and this is why I hate society. Why I hate society? Because of these reasons. Most of these reasons are all my values, my beliefs. And I offer my point of view and my perspective to the world out there. Because we all know that we need someone that talks like me, that walks like me, that says the shit that you can't say, that will fucking talk about the shit that you won't, and all the other bullshit that you fuckers want to talk about but don't. Every day I'm approaching the topics and all the shit that people want to discuss but can't because they're too afraid. They're too afraid of what people will say. They're too afraid of what people will think. And that's the part if the people around you aren't supporting you now, when you break out of the prison of the fucking bullshit that they're in, what makes you think that they're the right people? Real shit. And I'll end it on that note.